problems here involving geometric sequences. So, magsasolve tayo ng mga sample problems involving geometric sequences. Number 1, find x so that x plus 2, 5x plus 1, and x plus 11 form a geometric sequence. So, hahanapin natin ang value ng x so that x plus 2, 5x plus 1, and x plus 11 will form a geometric sequence. So, anong ibig sabihin yan? So, based on our logic, logical reasoning natin, pag sinabi natin mag-form ang tatlong terms ng geometric sequence, so ibig sabihin, we will assume that x plus 2 is our first term, 5x plus 1 is our second term, and x plus 11 is equal to third term. Kung sa arithmetic sequence, sinasubtract natin yung second term sa first term at saka third term sa second term. Dito naman, instead of subtracting, we will do the reverse of the multiplication. Since ang ginagawa natin, in the common ratio, we multiply the first term with the common ratio to get the second term. Then second term, we multiply sa common ratio ulit para makuha ang third term. So, ibig sabihin nito, ang common ratio from x plus 2 to 5x plus 1 must be equal from 5x plus 1 to x plus 11. So, ang reverse ng multiplication ay division. So, by logical reasoning, we can tell that a2 o a sub 2 all over a sub 1 is equal to a sub 3 all over a sub 2. Now, we formulate a formula based on our logical reasoning. Since dapat itong 5x plus 1, kapag i-divide mo sa a certain number, ang lalabas is yung ang x plus 2. Same with x plus 11, kapag i-divide mo on a certain common ratio, lalabas yung value ng 5x plus 1. Now, we will solve using this logical reasoning. So, solution, we have a sub 2 all over a sub 1 is equal to a sub 3 all over a sub 2. We can cross multiply a sub 1 to a sub 3, then a sub 2 to another a sub 2. So we have a sub 2 is equal to a sub 1, a sub 3. So we can conclude that a sub 2 quantity squared is equal to a sub 1, a sub 3. By our problem, we assume that x plus 2 is our a sub 1, 5x plus 1 ang ating a sub 2, at saka x plus 11 ang a sub 3. So we can substitute using these binomials. So we have 5x plus 1 raised to the power of 2 is equal to x plus 2 times x plus 11. Now, gagamitan natin ang formula in getting the square of a binomial. Sa square of a binomial natin, a plus b raised to the power of 2 is actually equal to a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Ngayon, yun ang gagamitin natin para makuha itong 5x plus 1. So, magiging 5x raised to the power of 2 plus 2 times 5x plus 1 plus 1 squared is equal to, dito naman sa kabila, sa right side, we will use the FOIL method, the first, outer, inner, last method. So, ito magiging x squared. Then, ito magiging 11x plus 2x plus 22. Nakuha natin yan through FOIL method. First is x times x, then outer x times 11. Inner naman 2 times x and out and last 2 times 11. So, isi-simplify natin ito, magiging 25x squared plus 2 times 5 is 10 times 1, so 10. Isa lang x natin, so x plus 1 is equal to x squared plus 13x plus 22. Now, we will combine like terms. So, lahat ng terms natin i-left side natin. So, magiging 25x squared minus x squared plus 10x minus 13x plus 1 minus 22 is equal to, ito, kukunin natin yung additive inverse. So, yung additive inverse ng x squared, 13x at 22, i-add natin sa both sides of the equation. So, para mawala doon. So, magiging x squared minus x squared plus 13x minus 13x plus 22 minus 22. So, ito yung magiging solution natin. So, i-combine natin lahat ng like terms dito. So, magiging 24x squared minus 3x minus 21 is equal to 0. Bakit naging 0? Kasi na-eliminate lahat ng terms doon sa right side of the equation. Now, we will get the roots of 24x squared minus 3x minus 21 using the three methods of getting the answers to the quadratic equation. So, through factoring, through completing the square, or through quadratic formula. So, para mas madali sa atin na makuha ang factor, so ang roots ng 24x squared minus 3x minus 21, isi-simplify natin siya into more lower numbers. Ito, since both of them, all of the terms can be divisible by 3, so pwede natin i-divide lahat muna by 3. So, divide muna natin ito by 3 para mas simplify natin. So, magiging 8x squared minus x minus 7 is equal to 0. So, mas madali sa atin kasi nakuha na natin yung low simplified version ng quadratic equation doon sa taas. We can use factoring, completing the square and quadratic formula. So, ako, para mas madali tayo, we will use factoring. So, maghanap tayo ng factors ng 8x squared minus x minus 7. So, tatandaan natin, kukunin muna natin ang factor ng 8x squared. So, in this case, the factors of 8x squared can be 4x times 2x or 8x times 1. So, ito try natin. Lahat tayo magta-try. Trial and error tayo. So, ito 8x, ito magiging x. Now, i-simplify natin. So, maghanap tayo ng factors ng negative 7. Dalawa lamang ang factors ng negative 7. We have negative 7 and 1, at saka 7 and negative 1. Dalawang pairs of factors, I mean. So, ita-try natin, for instance, we have positive 7 at saka negative 1. Ita-try natin kapag factor siya, 8x times x is 8x squared. By outer, negative 8x plus 7x. So, negative 1, nakuha natin. Then, negative 8 plus 7 times negative 1 is negative 7. So, nakuha natin kaagad yung factor na 8x squared minus x minus 7. You can do trial and error para mas makuha talaga yung factors ng 8x squared minus x minus 7. Pero in this case, nakuha natin siya in one try. So, by zero property, pag zero property, ibig sabihin, if A is equal to 0 or B is equal to 0, then AB is equal to 0. So, ito, i-equate natin sa 0. 8x plus 7 is equal to 0. Or, x minus 1 is equal to 0. So, ililipat ang 7 sa kabila, magiging 8x is equal to 0 minus 7. So, in-eliminate ko na kaagad. Or, x is equal to 0 plus 1. So, 8x is equal to negative 7. Or, x is equal to 1. So, we will divide both sides by 8. So, 8 can be equal to negative 7 over 8. Or, x is equal to 1. So, ito ang values ng x natin. So that x plus 2, 5x plus 1, and x plus 11 will form a geometric sequence. Now, we will check whether Masasatisfy ba na may common ratio ba if ang x natin is negative 7 over 8 or x is equal to 1? Paano naman kapag x is equal to 1? Now, isa-substitute natin muna. X plus 2 is equal to 1 plus 2. Yung x natin papalitan ng 1, so magiging 3. Dito, we have 5x plus 1. So magiging 5 times 1 plus 1. 5 times 1 is equal to 5 plus 1 is equal to 6. Ang isa naman, x plus 11 is equal to 1 plus 11 is equal to 12. Now, by observation, may nakuha rin tayong common ratio nila. The quotient of 6 and 3 is the same as the quotient of 12 and 6. So, ang 6 i-divide natin by 3, may quotient na 2. Ang 12 i-divide sa 6 by quotient rin na 2. So, may common ratio sila na 2. Therefore, the values of x, so that x plus 2, 5x plus 1, and x plus 11 will form a geometric sequence are negative 7 over 8 and 1. We have example number 2. Bert bought a car for 700,000 pesos. The yearly depreciation of his car is 10% of its value at the start of the year. What is its value after 4 years? So, we will use the steps in solving word problems involving mathematics. So, ang una natin talagang ibibigay ang given. The given is the price of the car. This is worth 700,000 pesos. Then, ang year, ang amount. Then, ang year to be sold is after 4 years. Now, what is the yearly depreciation rate? Ang yearly depreciation rate natin is 10%. So what is being asked in the problem? What is asked in the problem is the price of the car after 4 years. So, yan ang hinahanap natin. So, now, we're given the price of the car, 4 years na isa-solve natin, at saka ang yearly depreciation rate. So, ang kunin natin yung presyo ng car after 4 years. So, the formula are we going to use is equal to a sub n is equal to a sub 1 r raised to the power of n minus 1. So, ito ang ating gagamitin natin. Pero tanong, ang r ba natin dito is 10%. So we cannot say that ang r natin is at 10%. So, bakit hindi siya 10%? It's because we are dealing about the depreciation rate. So ang pagbaba ng value ng kotse na may worth na 700,000 pesos. So, ang R dapat natin supposedly is, for example, meron tayong 1 whole amount na 700,000. Ngayon, i-depreciate natin siya ng 10% after a year. So, mag-minus tayo ng 10% dito. So, ang price ng car after a year is 90% na lang nung original na presyo ng kotse. So, we can say that the common ratio of this problem is 0.9 or 90%. So, ibig sabihin, 90% na lang ng presyo ng car ang ating isa-solve after a year. So, 700,000 times 90%, so yun ang isa-solve natin. So, we have R. Isa-solve natin ang R. This is 0.9. So, ang N natin dito, hindi na siya N. Kundi yung N minus 1 natin is automatically 4 years. Kasi at the end of the 4 years man ang ating hinahanap. So, kapag nagbawas na kasi tayo, automatic 1 year na yon. So, magpatak na yun siya as 1. So, ang N minus 1 natin is automatic 4 years. So, isa-solve na lang natin. Solution. We have A sub N is equal to A sub 1R to the power of N minus 1. So, ang A sub N natin dito magiging 700,000 times 0.9 raised to the power of 4 agad. Hindi na tayo magdadaan sa 4 minus 1 kasi 3 years. 3 lang yun siya. So, ibig sabihin, nagkatas lang tayo after 3 years. Kung 1 kasi dito, so automatic na yung para sa next year. So, 1 year na yun siya. Then 2 years, 3 years, then 4 years. By dyan, thus, mauuna ang 0.9 raised to the power of 4. Based sa ating calculator, since medyo tricky na siya na exponential simplification, so, ita-times natin sa calculator ang 0.9 raised to the power of 4. So, 700,000 times 0.6561. So, ang 700,000, i-times na lang natin siya sa 0.6561. So, ang amount niya at the end of 4 years is 459,270 pesos na lamang. So, ito yung magiging value ng car after ng 4 years. 459,270 pesos. Tandaan, pag we dealing with numbers, we're going to put the last 2 zeros here as connotation for centavos. If halimbawa, nagra-round off tayo ng mga problems na involving ang money, we will round it off immediately to 2 decimal places since we are dealing with pesos and centavos. Kasi wala naman tayong centavo na 3 digit or 4 digits. Ang pinakamalaking digit lang ng isang centavo is up to 2 digits. So, we will round it off to the nearest 2 decimal places. So, the answer is 459,270.